What's good, my people? We are back again for another one on this the one and only Mystelics reaction channel, guys. And hand clap to each and every one of you guys who have made it to this year. Another reaction, guys, on this here channel, guys. Big up yourself one time, out and large, all over the place. If you're new to this here channel, definitely subscribe and turn on that post notification. And also, guys, give this video a thumbs up right there and then. There's been a whole set of talking in terms of the utilization of the V, the Rona solution, and of course, we're gonna be hearing about what individuals have to say. This one deals with Tony Astafan, and not Tony. This one deals with Tony Astafan and what he thought based on the constitution of Dominica. You're gonna hear something pretty interesting. I'm gonna point it out. That's what I do. I point out stuff to you guys and hope you understand, and then I give my viewpoint or reaction on what I'm hearing right there. Anyways, guys, let's get into it in this regard. Boom bang.
We're continuing our discussion with Senior Counsel Tony Astafan on mandatory or universal vaccine.
By the way, guys, I'll be muting out all the V1s. So if you hear a mute thing, just know that's where the V thing goes, guys. I don't want YouTube to come and try to, you know, mess with me because I'm talking against their system right there. But let's continue right there. So if you hear a mute part, just know it's the V thing that's going to be there, the Rona solution.
Can the government do so with constitutional backing?
I like the fact that he mentioned constitutional backing. This is what Tony said.
And what could be the potential legal consequences? And we're having this discussion, and I must ask you, Senior Counsel, what are the legal steps that the government would take should they decide or opt to go the route of quote-unquote universal / mandatory vaccine?
Well, based on the discussion that I've had, I think the government wants to rely at this period in time on persuasion and voluntariness and
a little inducement, like a gift certificate of every
This guy, this interviewer, this guy is something else, man.
Well, I heard people ridicule that, and to me, I mean, any step forward in the right direction, however small or ridiculous it may look to some, is a step forward in the right direction.
No, sir, it's not a step forward in the right direction. What would be a step forward in the right direction is then people understanding, not partly, but fully, what they are entering in. If the individuals who are in charge of these things do not even know the full scope of what they are giving people and what have not been approved by FDA, how then can you then tell the people that they should jump into something blindly without actually knowing exactly what it can do? We understand that there's a lot of anyways, let's continue. I'll talk about it.
I think this was more a policy campaign than an inducement campaign. But anyway, and try your best to get people on board, because some of the reasons that I have heard don't fit the square box of the science. And people in the media have a high level of public duty responsibility to properly educate the people on why it is that you should put it. Take, for example.
Before he continues, he's right. The media has a huge responsibility to properly educate. How can you properly educate people without the proper knowledge and information of utilize something, like I said before, that the people themselves in charge don't even know what's gonna happen, what is the side effects, the long-term effects, the mid-term effects. We know some short-term effects, and recently we found out there's a really short-term effect where women are now complaining about unusual cycles and a lot of pain, extra things that they were not having, or bleeding beyond a certain period, and this kind of things there. I mean, how do we know? Anyways.
I just went to the radio station, the yesterday, and I looked on the shower. I haven't seen her for 10 years. I know, but you see, what she said was that I told you don't defend me in court anyway, go ahead. No, I know, well, now that you mentioned that you want to change the subject, I will leave that right there. Yes, thank you. I heard her say on a personal level, not politics, that she don't take medication, she don't do this, she don't do that. She has personal choice, but
it is a personal choice. My question here is, if you're not sick, why then you should be taking medication if you're not sick? And I understand some things like the vitamins. You might not be lacking vitamins, but if you stop eat certain vitamins, it's gonna affect your body. But not taking this thing doesn't affect your body in any way, shape, or form. The very people, and I keep saying this, the very people who put this thing forward don't even know how it's going to affect you. They don't even know how it's going to affect you. They are scientists, and not just people that's saying things, you know. They are scientists, researchers, lawyers, doctors, all these people, nurses, healthcare practitioners, all these different people saying, guys, there is not much research done on this thing to take this thing. Right? They're saying these things, yet still, other people, a few who are in charge of the media and all those people there, are telling the people that they need to do these things. There's something I actually saw in terms of CNN, and they were talking about how they produce propaganda on the media, because they know people swallow the media just like that. They were talking about Trump and all those things and pushing the negativity while trying to present Biden in a certain way, and so forth and so forth. The media is a very powerful thing that can make people believe things that are not exactly true, but because it fits a status quo based off emotion as well. Guys, my camera just filled up, so I had to actually delete some stuff and then start over. Anyways, guys, what I was saying, the media kind of works on people's emotions. It builds fear. It lets you see something that is not necessarily there, but because it pushes it so much, then you begin to accept that. That is what they call creatures of repetition. You see something so much that you begin to accept it bit by bit by bit. I noticed something they're also doing on the media, where they're actually making it seem like they're preventing certain countries, and yes, patents and all those kind of things, they can, it's true, but because of the way that they present it, it looks like they're trying to hide things from other countries, and the other countries need to get it, and therefore they're trying to prevent these countries from getting it by patenting these kind of things. And they say, no, it shouldn't be, these countries need to. So it's kind of like a reverse kind of thing that they're using on people, for people to then say, hey, but wait, they're doing this right there, it seems like this thing is important, countries actually want these things, and so forth and so forth. But guys, it comes down to the factor, is what this individual is saying weighing on any objective reality? Or is it just speculation, thinking that that is what will happen? That is subjective as well. It is not objective, it's subjective. We must always try to look at objective reality, for which we have literally no data on. None whatsoever. If I lie, prove me wrong. Tell me in the comment box below, guys, if I'm wrong. Share the articles and everything for me. Anyways, let's continue.
It's a choice, but it's a choice coming from a background of complete repudiation of medicine, right? And her own ideological position about natural soul. But let me just make this.
I want to bring you back to what?
I know. I get back to it. But then she said that in the interest of my children, my grandchildren, and the people in this country, I am deciding to get. I thought that was a compelling statement, even if that's the only statement we find compelling.
But that is her choice, though. Her choice, she feels like she needed to get that to help certain people, even though because that is what is being told to her. That is what is being sold to her. But people who have done research on these things time and time again will tell you, guys, we need to be careful about this thing. You need to be very careful. That is the whole thing I tell people, you know. Yes, you want to take it if you want to take it, but don't make people force you to do something that you know in your heart of hearts you don't have much research on or understand. The very people who are pushing these things, they don't know, they're just speculating, and then they try to push it on you to tell you to take it. I don't understand how we work in this place, man. You see something in front of you, you know it's good or bad, yes, but then you don't see anything. People are telling you there's something in front of you, you don't see anything at all, so you just have to decide, okay, let me walk across it, and because people are telling me there's something in front of me, and you don't see anything. I would just stay there and wait until something actually happens, or somebody, okay, let me see something actually happen. You don't tell me there's something in front of me and I can't see it, and then I just supposed to just agree that there's something in front of me? That's stupid. Anyways.
But the legal position is, I think, the government is not going to say, well, we're coming into your house and give it to you, or we're going to stop you in the street and tell you in a car and give it to you. That's out of the question. I think one of the things, the regional and universal trend that I'm seeing, I'm hearing from different countries, from the International Bar Association article about the 993 countries that says, look, you don't want to take the that's a matter for you, but there'll be consequences.
In other words, he's saying that if you don't take it, there might be consequences in this fact, right? Okay. But in terms of legal and law and the Constitution, they cannot do nothing about it. This is why the United, and that's one of the reasons why I like America's law system. You cannot say you come in and put things on American people and think that you can just escape with it just like that. You crazy? That can never happen. This is why you cannot push those things in the United States. However, it seems like they're pushing it in third world countries. Bigger companies or bigger corporations, whatever, are paying governments to then push this thing on their citizens. So they pretty much seem like they're pushing it on third world countries. Am I wrong? Aren't they give vouchers and this kind of things there to people to take it? Giving them incentives to take it? How you give people incentives to take something that you think is good for them? Oh, how are you doing that? Especially when there's not data, and that is the reason why. Because there's not enough data to provide any objective conclusion to provide a proper decision making whether I should take it or not. There's not. So why are they doing all of this, guys? Don't people ask themselves questions? Why are they doing all this? Especially understanding that we knew what Bill stood for or stands for and feels like it is his obligation, a utilitarian principle, I believe it is, the greater good for the greater people, even though that involves a lot of people losing their lives and stuff. For the world, utilitarian principle. Anyways.
You can't go to school, your children will not be allowed to go to school, you will not get a job, you will need to have a paper to show that you're completely protected or as protected as that do, to be able to allow you to get employed.
Well, first of all, I think we need jobs in Dominica for you to even come with this kind of conclusion. Because there are jobs. If there are jobs in Dominica, but people want to say, oh, you have to go and think. Furthermore, if the people decide, hey, we are not in this, there's nothing the government can do, you know. There's nothing the government can do. But what I think they're trying to do is to try to push these things, give incentive for at least more than 50% or 60% of individuals to then have a press on the 40% that did not take it. So then they're saying, oh, the majority actually take it. So let us press those who haven't taken it so that we have it, yes. So if you don't take it, then that's your business. So then that's going to force the 40% of individuals or the minority of individuals who have not taken it, because they are forcing individuals or providing all kinds of incentives for individuals to take this thing. Then they're going to force the minority to take it as well. That is what it's, well, based on the trend, that is what it seems to be happening. Right there. But the people have to then say, hey, we don't know what's going to happen in 5 or 10 years, which of course is a span for which midterm would actually take place, and long term would be what happens if you can make children, what will happen to your children if they will have certain things. Because remember, this has been affecting, especially when it comes down to things like well, these are short term they call it a kind of thing where children are born in a kind of a I forget the name. But that is the whole point right there. They're trying to make the majority take it so that the majority will pressure the minority of individuals to take it. I mean, that is pretty much evident to see. If you cannot see that, then you're blind.
Contracts, labor contracts, universal collective agreement, sorry.
But one thing I know, that will never happen in the United States. It will never happen because they will sue you. You're crazy to try that. You can sue in Dominica too, you know, guys. But a lot of people don't have money to sue people. But in the United States, you try that. And there are doctors across the world, you know, saying these things. Do not take this thing. They're saying, guys, we do not have enough information on this new system right there. We've seen that there's a lot of people who passed away from this thing. A lot, guys. There's a lot of people. I'll post it on my Instagram. Mystelics _ BrBpTV. I'll post them things on my Instagram because, you know, sometimes they like to. So I'll post them on my Instagram story, guys. Check it out and you'll see it for yourself.
Going to have to be modified to ensure that these are the measures that are put in place to protect the workers, the employees, the management, and the general public. And
I'll talk about that in a while.
Inconceivable that a greater percentage of our people have not yet been persuaded.
Why are you persuading people if they feel like that is not good for them? Why should you try to persuade people to take something that they know they don't have enough information on to take it in the first place? Why? Because there's an agenda, it seems. Anyways, let me move on.
The democracy, my friend, suggests that.
Okay, I think this is.
There's a lot of information out there that people believe in that suggests that the science isn't on our fault.
It isn't. It is. Guys, tell me I'm wrong. I dare any, and share this video, you know, guys. Share this video all across the entire world. I dare anyone to show me the science that proves that this thing is safe. The only thing that we have is that people at the top are saying it's safe. That's all we have. That is all. The people in charge of these things, obviously, if you have your own medication, you will never try to go against your medication. You will tell people it's safe. And then we found out that the same thing that people were saying was safe were pulled in a number of areas, stating that this thing was either not working, what there was mutation taking place, and this thing became obsolete, so to speak. And a lot of things was happening. They pulled a lot of these things. Johnson & Johnson, they pulled that one. I think they probably put it back or something like that, making tweaks or whatever. AstraZeneca is another one. They pulled that one. Guys, check out my Instagram. Check out my Instagram stories, okay? And you will see what I'm talking about.
With this vaccine, I'm just saying, I'm not defending or advocating.
But he's not defending. You're saying what is actually the reality of this. This is objective truth. Because there are a lot of people that saying, where is the science behind these things? And they can't find the answer. Guys, I have searched for these things. People have searched for these things. I have debated other people in these terms, in this kind of things. Where is the science behind this thing? Where is the science? They say this thing has been doing how much research and everything. They did the research from SARS. Say, Martin, I don't know, call me. Yeah, sorry. They did the research from SARS and these things, and they're trying to push this thing as if, yes, it's 80%. But what is the whole gist of this present thing that is mutating, though, guys?
That is what the feedback we get here, and certainly the line, you wouldn't want to see the WhatsApp board. But let me ask you, Mr. Asymptomatic.
No, I understand.
Because I have a number of other questions to ask.
Sure, but we need to retain conspiratorial theories that I get by the ton every day. About following.
People talking about conspiracies and this kind of things here. What is the greatest conspiracy out there, guys? Is that you need to take this thing and you don't know why you're taking it. What is the point of taking it? They say if you take it, you can still get it. So it doesn't really provide immunity of it. It just prevents you from getting hospitalized. But you still have asymptomatic people who are no symptoms whatsoever. These people don't need to be hospitalized at all. It'll pass through the system. WHO also said that when you are asymptomatic, it doesn't spread. Therefore, a majority of these people who are 80% out of the 100 that have this Rona situation are asymptomatic. Then what is the point? But I tell you, I don't know. Anyways.
And following the objective messages, I personally have great faith in the doctors of Antigua and Barbuda.
You have great faith in them. Have they done research on this thing for you to have great faith in them? Or they listen to some other people who are in charge of the pharmaceutical companies and saying, yes, that is good because that is their product. You listen to them, or have the Antiguan doctors done the research themselves and listen to scientists and weigh the outcome of objective reality? Have they?
That I speak to privately, that I put to publicly, I have about 10, 15 friends.
That doesn't make sense. Just like Scary saying, you have how much friends? So what? So what? Anyways, I mean,
involved in providing the by anybody else. And when you have a consensus in your medical profession, and in the regional profession, and you have a consensus coming from PAHO and WHO, I find it difficult to believe.
The number one contributor to WHO right now is Bill. That is the number one contributor to the thing. And it seems like people are asking themselves, how does Bill feel? Bill says that until majority of individuals have created herd immunity, that is when society is going to come back to normal. Who gave Bill that right? Who gave him that right? Who? Then you hear people saying certain things about traveling and those kind of things which have nothing to do with reality in itself. You don't need to take Rona solution for you to travel. How do I know this? My friends have been traveling back and forth. There's even another one that just came on the other day. And they don't need this stuff to travel. People have left Dominica and come back, don't need none of this thing. The only thing people don't like is the quarantine. You don't, and even if you take it, my grand aunt, she always feel like the third world country people are behind time, and she feel like she knows the best of the best, man, because she's in the States. So she telling us that she's coming down and she doesn't need to be quarantined. I say, who you think you are, lady? You get your 1 and your 2 shots. That's good. That's great for you. Wonderful. As your own personal choice based on ignorance, because you don't know what exactly is going to happen with it. But you take it. But you think because you take it, then you're going to come Dominica and you don't quarantine. Well, come. I tell her, come. Come and play ball with those people. Hey, look, I have it. You stay your backside in quarantine. I was rectified. I don't lie. I was rectified. Because she always feel like people, anyways.
Because at least people in the media that yourself who are highly competent cannot cipher the grass from the vegetables.
Well, you need to, we're talking about competency. Competency has a lot to do with the actual facts that they know. How much facts is out there? That is what I, anyways, let's continue.
Let me ask you. If I decide I do not want to be for religious reasons, for example, the Rastafarians, they have a long-established stance of, well, I guess you could say anti-vax, or they're not pro-vax, let's put it that way. And they have been exempted and allowed to participate in society, even though they're not a part of the national vaccine program. And there are others who believe that this vaccine is somewhat akin to the mark of the beast. See?
That's people's religious beliefs. So what are you going to do? Infringe on it and say, hey, no. There's a lot of things, especially understanding the trend in the Bible. I don't believe that this thing is thing. I think it's a preparation for the real thing. So when people start accepting something, then they put something else, they start accepting it. So people might get accustomed to this. Hey, just like we're utilizing cards. I remember they used to say cards is the mark of the beast too, but everybody now utilizing cards because it's normal. So that is what I think is going to be happening. And then this thing comes in. So I don't think this one is that vibe. I think it's a preparation for what is to come. If you believe that is your business. If you don't believe that is your business too. But I think that is a preparation for what is to come. Anyways, let me continue.
You have to take it in order to participate in everyday life. And I don't want to take it for religious reasons. Can they be exempted?
Well, my position, I think exemption should be based.
Let me stop that right there. Because, okay, some people might want to hear.
Narrow, rational, objective grounds.
That is what they're talking about. Rational, objective grounds based off what? What they say? What they say? Rational, objective grounds. People like to say things, but where is the objectivity in the whole thing, though? Where is it, brothers and sisters? I want to be wrong. Prove to me I'm wrong. Where's the objectivity of taking this thing to help you? Where is it? Well, we understand that they say this whole Rona thing was taking place. I was having a conversation with a lady a few hours ago, and she was talking about the whole situation of people taking this thing. And I told her, what about Africa? They have the least amount of things, yet Africa is not the one that taking it that serious. Yet they are one of the least countries that have this thing, yet still people are taking it really serious. UK and all those places there, they're going crazy with the Rona. They're going crazy with the Rona while all other illnesses are going down. So, doesn't that tell you something? Even CDC and themselves admitted that this whole toll is exaggerated. Because even if you have this thing and you die from something else, they're going to rule you off as somebody who passed away from this thing. Anyway.
One of the exemptions that I think that the government is going to have to consider.
The government have to consider nothing. I'll stop it there. You know why? Because the Constitution is what guides people. That's why you cannot just push that in. You crazy? Tell everybody, oh, you're not working on this kind of things there. You will not be able to work. You crazy to try that in America. Tell man because they don't think they don't take the Rona solution. They're not going to work. Boy, you mad. That is banky that day. Anyways, Scared had some stuff to see.
Over 18,000 people have received the first dose, and over 10,000 have received the second dose. All things considered, I don't think we did too badly. But the reality is, like for all of us who are adults, 80 and over, to get is an important part of getting back to normal.
It's not. We are normal already. They're just trying to over-exaggerate this thing. They're trying to extend this thing to a magnitude where it's not supposed to be exaggerated. This is why there are hundreds and thousands of doctors across the world who have also looked into this and say, guys, this is not good. I have challenged certain doctors on this whole thing, I've challenged them. Okay, fine, you say this. Where's the evidence that this is good for you? They themselves say that is what they learn from the other people. So they are teaching, doctors are learning what the other people at top are telling them they need to do and providing certain scientific backing. But that is based off theory, not of objective reality. Anyways.
And you've seen countries starting to relax the protocols for people who
because it's, obviously. But the point is, let me bring it back to Dominica. What is the point of thing? We don't have this problem here. So if people from overseas have to come to Dominica, who you think will be bringing it? Not the same. I'm Rona solution. Who should I pay? The people who have taken this thing, I should say. Who you think will be bringing it to the Caribbean and Dominica? Not the foreigners. So why then should we do it when we don't have it here? Why?
And so, let's say for one way to travel to some other country, then harass the minister. What's the prime minister saying? If you can again go to Barbados, have to go to America, have to go to England, and so on and so forth. And I took my first shot, but you know, I haven't taken my first shot yet, and I booked my ticket for July or August and so on.
You don't need this to travel. You don't. Why do you need this to travel? Furthermore, if you're saying that people need to travel, people don't really have this now. There's no need for you to take this thing for you to travel. People use masks on their face and thing, and you got your home and you chill and whatever. Well, if that is the case, then that just have to continue. Because if that is what you're saying, and you say people, well, that's not what he's saying. Well, kind of what he's saying. You pretty much need this to travel in July. That's what he's pretty much telling people indirectly right there. But you don't. You really don't. If that is the case, guys, the people who have brought some things for me would not be here in the first place.
We have an opportunity now in an organized, managed fashion to get.
Nobody can put that on. That will go against the Constitution. You cannot infringe on somebody's right for them to refuse what you want to put on them. You cannot do these things. That is against the Constitution. This is why I know that these things can never become mandatory. But of course, they will give the rhetoric of that, and then when people constantly saying this over and over and over, then they will try to push this in the system, and then people actually believe that is what is going to happen. But you cannot push this. This is against the Constitution.
And even in Dominica too, you will very soon announce the changing of protocols for vaccine.
Another.
Coming to Dominica will be reducing on the quarantine period for people who.
So why should you reduce on the quarantine? What is the point of reducing on the quarantine period? Huh? What is the point? If the people who have gotten this thing, the injection, can still get it and carry it, what is the point of reducing it in the first place? What does reducing it have to do with anything? Because right now they have them at 7 days. People who have quarantine, who have getting these injections, they have them at a normal thing. What is the point of reducing it? If you reduce it, what is the difference? That is what I'm trying to find out. You reduce it for what reason? What is the point?
And we'll be also articulating new protocols for cruise passengers. Because the reality is, I believe, in my mind, I am convinced, I am satisfied that I will authorize, as the Prime Minister, the cruise lines to come to Dominica in June of this year.
And therefore, when the people are coming in and they start infecting people, because you say that, okay, people have to be get the Rona solution, then people will be coming in who can also get it, will bring it into Dominica, and then when people start getting it, then who you think will be responsible for that? I'm not saying that the crew should not come. They should. They should definitely come. But if you're trying to talk about this specific thing about, hey, okay, these people can come in and they have to deal with how much people and those kind of things there, what is the point if they too can carry it? I don't understand.
And therefore, all the persons who are involved in the hospitality and tourism and cruise ship business, it is in your interest to get vaccinated.
No, it's not. You are in Dominica. Do you have it in Dominica? No. These people are coming from overseas. What is the point of you getting it when you don't have it? That is what I don't understand. You have a cup. What is inside it is the Rona Rona. Yes, the Rona. What is inside it is the Rona. Understand me well, you know. I suspect we need to see for ourselves. What is inside it is the Rona. You, as a tourist worker in Dominica, you do have nothing. So that means you empty, you don't have it. The only way for you to catch it is for somebody else who has it to come in contact with you. True or false? If the people from outside are coming and they can actually get it and you get it, what is the point of you who didn't travel to go outside there? You staying inside there. Why do you need to get this when you don't have it already? That is what I cannot understand, brothers and sisters. Why? Somebody explain to me why you would need to do that. You don't travel. You know, I understand if you travel and you come back, then you will stay and you quarantine. You will behave yourself for 7 days or whatever. You quarantine, chill. When you are all clear, you are able to come out. You don't need to take this thing. What then do you as a tourist worker who is not going outside there? Why do you have to take it? That is what I cannot understand. I think I finished that whole thing there, guys. I already said too long on this. Why? Can somebody tell me why? I forgot to mention that part specifically. This part right there. I saw this on my things. People sending me this stuff. Brought about by Rayburn Blackmore. Make it a date. The first 60 persons will be treated with KFC meal if you decide to take the Rona solution right there. I don't know, guys. I really don't know what to think about this present situation. But the fact that he's talking about KFC for something that you don't even know is good for you or not. And guys, let's say it's good for everybody. But you're trying to treat one person, you're trying to treat a plethora of individuals with one thing, knowing that people are allergic to a number of things. Different people, different strokes, different folks. This is why our own immune system is good for us, because our immune system is responsible for what is taking place inside of us personally. How then do they take one thing to try to feed a plethora of individuals that can affect them in different ways? That is a fact. Yet there is this brother right there. I think he doesn't use his head properly. But hey, he's a minister of government. We have a number of them in ministers of government who doesn't use their brain. But obviously because they heard from the top, or they have been fed money to push it on their people. That is what is happening, you know. They are given money to push it on their people. And people don't seem to see these things, man. People don't seem to see these things. This boy wants to give man KFC. 60 people. KFC, what? I never had KFC before. Yes, KFC. Let me run and get that ranking, man. I was going to see the wood. Let me run and get that Rona solution, man. KFC, we what? Trouble that day, boy. Run and get your KFC. Get my KFC today. Get your KFC today. Kentucky Fried Chicken, man. 60 people, get your KFC. While they are giving other people in Anguilla this $50 voucher, you get in KFC. If you have to take this thing, it's KFC they're giving you. 60 people will get KFC. I bet you that these guys were laughing at each other, saying, hey, let me put this out there so that they can give people KFC. We laugh at each other, see them tebe coming for KFC. Come and get some corn and some coleslaw. Come, man. You never see that before in your life. But come. Get some KFC, let me fill your belly. Some of all you have high blood pressure, KFC going to quit them. But anyways, guys, with all that said, guys, it's important for us to think properly. For us to think properly before we take any decision. I think that is where we lapse in a lot. Because it seems like people who give people money to do things, they just want to push it on the people because they get the money to do so. But they're not really thinking about the long-term effects and the short-term effects and the mid-term effects when it comes to this whole situation right there. I hope you guys understand everything. Let me know your thoughts in the comment box below, guys. Like I asked a number of questions, guys. Please answer me. What is the objective thing in this whole... Scientists is based on observation. Science. But what is happening now is not science because we cannot really prove it. We cannot really prove. Science is based on observation. There seems to be a lot of theories based on what certain people believe, but there's no objectivity in it. But with that said, guys, let me know your thoughts. Like I said before, leave your thoughts in the comment box below, guys. This was a long one. It wasn't supposed to be that long. But I'm very insulted by Blackmore for trying to present to the people that KFC, oh, guys, come. You don't know what you're going to do, you know. But take your KFC, man. Take your KFC. When somebody sent this for me, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I says lie. I tell him and send the link for me, and I go and find it by that way the link he sent for me though. I go and find it for myself to see if that is true. KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken. Yes, sir. Go ahead, have fun, man. Have fun. Anyways, guys, with that said, give this video a thumbs up. I'll see you guys in the next reaction video. And bless up. Use all your brain, please.